Now let me explain this to you. Jesus bitched out the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Those were the Jewish bigwigs, because he said, you know, you guys are lying to the people. You're not letting them get the fuck out of here. Not only don't you want to leave, but you're lying to these guys so they can't get out. That I believe. I believe that Jesus said that. So when I went to look up the verse, it shows 4 different verses from 4 different places. If you look, Matthew 23, Luke 11, Matthew 8, and Matthew 18. Okay? So I started looking at them. Look at when you do the addition on them, you come up with a 936. Okay? These are I didn't pick these out just to make this, to stick this in your face. This is what Google brought up when I biblically typed in the phrase. It brought it up. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm not making this stuff up, is my point. It's right here. I'm sure you can find many verses that don't add up to these numbers. But I'm just saying, you know, in this particular instance where Jesus is talking about getting out of here, here's the 936 code. His crucifixion is a 369 code. Right? Remember? Right here? Here he is here. The 3rd hour, 9 a.m. They nailed him to the cross. At noon, which is the 6th hour. So you got 3, 6, and 9. But it's really 9, 3, and 3. So this would be 933. But the story is a 369 story. So here, you know, we're stuck in some kind of freaking funhouse. The only thing I can tell you is this. You know, people talk about going down the rabbit hole. I think we're already down it. It's getting out, not getting in. And that's what Jesus was talking about when he said, you're not letting people get the fuck out of here. Basically, you like being in here because you like people worshiping you. So we're already down the rabbit hole. It's getting out of the son of a bitch. And that's what all of this is about. It isn't going down the rabbit hole. We're already here. It's getting out of here. We're in an abyss of our own. And so here we are. Okay? We're not number 9, but I'm just saying this is us stuck in the middle of this freaking matrix, which the Bible calls it the matrix itself in Exodus. And the Jews use the word matrix. We're stuck in a fun house full of mirrors, and we got to figure out a way to get out of this thing. And as far as I'm concerned, there's a time clock ticking, and if we don't get out of here at a certain amount of time or figure it out, it comes to an end and the game starts all over again, except with all new players. I mean, I know that sounds a little simplistic, but that seems to be what the deal is, because there's all of these codes flying around, and we're supposed to sit down and take them apart. You know, I don't know what to say. It's hard for me to put into words what it is correctly that needs to be said, but I'm trying. You know, because it says at the end of this thing that if you do everything the right way, all the riches are yours. It's almost like if you figure out the riddles and you do all of this stuff and you get out of here, you win. But if you don't, you lose, and you know it's the breaks. By not being told the truth, as Jesus was telling the Pharisees, you're bullshitting these people. Give them the opportunity. I don't think he was telling them to give them he said you weren't given an opportunity to enter. In other words, I think the enter was to exit from here and enter into the real creation instead of this bullshit, elaborate, fake thing that we're living in now. Because you know it's fake because the stories are telling you that it's fake, because they're repeating, reciprocating numbers over and over again, which means something's pumping them out. And if that's happening, it's code. And that means if it's code, somebody wrote it. Okay, with an intent to do something. So, you know, again, that's not Bible bashing here, you know. I was raised a Lutheran. I went to Lutheran high school and grade school. My faith in Jesus hasn't waned because of this, but But you have to look at the facts and say, how could a story that goes back 2,000 years ago be a 369 story, and now here it is in the news, you know, with this little girl that just supposedly got killed that's 9 years old, or you know, or the Sandy Hook thing. See, there's codes being passed here, and there are those that know how to pull this apart and put it back together the right way to where it makes sense to them. I'm just seeing the same codes over and over. I don't know. Fuck.